Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need for your sunny days delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get a chicken parmesan delivered. A cabana? That's a no. But a banana? That's a yes. A nice tan? Sorry, nope. But a box fan? Happily, yes. A day of sunshine? No. A box of fine wines? Yes. Uber Eats can definitely get you that. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
Your teen requested a ride, but this time not from you. It's through their Uber teen account. You drive your teenager around, a lot, to their friend Jacob's house, their other friend Jake's house, to James's, to Jaden's, to Jalen's, to...
Mom? This is Jake's house, not Jacob's.
Now with an Uber teen account, your teen can request a ride under your supervision. They'll ride with a highly rated driver, and with live trip tracking, you'll follow along the whole ride to their friends' houses that all sound the same. Add your teen to your Uber account today. See app for details.
Bye, Mom.
Breaking news.
Here's what's in the news today.
Here's tonight's top stories. Now with some breaking news.
All right, kids. Listen. Don't listen to this podcast.
Don't listen to this.
If you're not of age.
What's of age?
18.
16?
18. We're a bunch of dudes, and we're going to say some really bad words.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Conspiracy Podcast.
Hop in.
I'm Eric.
I'm Sean. What's up?
And this is Jorge.
Heyo.
And we're back for one of my favorites, new
fan favorite.
Wait, are we calling? Is this a news episode?
Well, this is the news episode, but it is a debate edition.
Yes.
It's
emergency debate edition.
Emergency debate edition. This is going to be pretty much a full episode.
Just about the debate.
There's a lot to
and
unpack.
If you give a shit about it, shut up and
enjoy the
and here's the thing. We are in an election, and these major elections happen every 4 years, and we are 90 days away from
Less
a
than
major
major
Less than that. For
major moment. Yeah. So November 5th. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then leading up to January.
January 6th.
Yeah, exactly.
What's when the transfer is?
So here we go. So on Tuesday, was it Tuesday? Tuesday.
Yeah.
On Tuesday.
On
was the first presidential debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris.
So this is the first time they ever saw each other.
But it's
good to know.
Did you guys watch it?
I watched most of it, and then I was like, I gotta fucking walk away.
Yeah,
I watched it all, but I mean, I started 30 minutes late, but I watched the rest of it.
Yeah, okay.
I watched like up until probably the last 30 minutes. I was like,
oh yeah.
I just wanted to go inside.
I know.
Yeah, it was a little slower than the ones of the past. Meaning like
slower.
Do you remember the Trump Hillary ones?
Oh my god,
that's the best.
Those are gold. Those are actual gold.
There was no like referees.
No,
really.
I love how they used to like walk around the stage, and he would like walk right behind her and like and like interrupt her and like
that's right.
It's the best.
Yeah. Dude, that was like the golden era of debates.
So the presidential debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris was held at the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia on Tuesday, September 10th. It was moderated by a panel of journalists from ABC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This significant event marked a critical point in the 2024 race. It pitted the former president against the current VP in a highly anticipated face-off. The debate was structured to allow each candidate 2 minutes to respond to each question that was asked by the moderators. Yeah?
Yeah, that did not go. Like, that shit went out the window real fast.
So
all of instantly, they're like, fine.
So additionally, there were supposed to be opportunities for rebuttal and further discussion, but it kind of got a little off.
It just became a fucking shit show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The rules were designated to facilitate a comprehensive discussion on a wide range of topics without going off rails, essentially. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was the whole point of it. The question then becomes, why did they institute rules? Like what's That's
a great point.
I don't know. I think maybe because it became a name-calling scenario in the past.
Well, I think they just did it bad.
Like,
They had
fuck you,
rules.
your fucking hair looks stupid.
You idiot.
You know what I mean?
They had rules, and there's a reason for it and all that, but they just did a bad job of enforcing them and following them.
Yeah,
That's what
previously.
It is. What do you mean?
Like, what was the point of instituting these hardcore
Well, the
rules?
point is to, like, I think the first debate that he had with Biden was better controlled.
It was.
You right?
I would agree.
Right?
I would totally agree with
So I think that they try to do the same thing here, but they just lost control.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and as you brought it up, this was the first handshake they had in 8 years. You might be right that was the first time they met.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I don't know the answer to that because I feel like they've met in other circles.
I feel like they've had to have.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
I heard,
that they didn't.
and I don't know.
Yeah,
I
okay.
just know what I fucking watch on
Yeah.
social media and shit.
Yeah.
TikTok is life.
But it was several like of these news accounts or whatever that were reporting. It was the first time they met face to face.
I got you.
They've been talking about each other for a while,
Yeah.
but never met face to
Yeah.
face.
Okay. The point that I had written down was that there were no real handshakes previously in the debates for the last extended periods of time because most of the people were kind of children, and they refused to shake hands.
Really?
and be cordial and
Makes sense.
that sort of thing.
That's literally what
stupid.
it's become. It's turned into like
Yeah.
it used to be like back in the day.
Yeah.
Candidates could debate, but they still respected each other.
Yeah, you saw that
it's-
video.
Yeah,
I
I
sent you guys,
did.
right?
I did see that video.
Yeah,
that was
there was
wild.
like mutual respect. They were like, "Look, this is a great dude, but like I don't agree with these policies.
Right.
This is why I think I'm right. This is why I think I'm right. But still a good person." Now it's just like they fucking hate each other. like they think each other the worst human who's ever
Yeah.
lived. It's just like the
Yeah.
worst.
Now, do you think I wanted to ask you both do you think we're better off like with them being honest in that regard, or do you think it should go back to how it was where
that's a good question.
Does that make sense? Like there is a concept of being cordial and, and full of manners and proper,
Yeah.
but is that fake?
No, but the thing is, I don't think back in the day it was fake. I think it was. I think it was real. I think they really respected each other.
And
I think they really did.
I think it's just politicians being politicians.
Yeah.
Back in the day and up until now, like I think there was a clear difference between her and him. This debate, you could see one is a clear politician and one is just like, I'm going to say what I'm going to say and like.
But you don't think Trump's a politician?
I don't think he's a politician, like a classic politician, like her or Biden or DeSantis or whatever. Any of these, all of them, yeah.
I think he is a politician. I'm going to disagree right
but
there
here's
because
how-
he was the president. He was then the ex-president.
Here's what.
So for the last 8 years, he has been a politician.
He's been. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What Jorge is saying is like there is like the traditional politician, someone who's going to purposely say what you want to hear,
right?
Regardless of whether they believe it or not.
Yeah.
Because they know that's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Yes, Trump is a politician. Of course he is. Duh.
Yeah.
But Trump will also just say what he thinks is right. And a lot of times people are like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I don't give a shit. This is what I believe. Like I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want to say because this is who I am."
Meaning he's not like a homegrown
He's
politician.
He's not just gonna like.
Right.
He's not just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, like this is what you want to hear." And that's why a lot of people are like, "Dude, if you even me like even when he did that debate with Biden, I was like, dude, if you just like just rein it in a little bit, just, like, let Biden collapse.
Calm down.
Just, like,
Calm down.
But he can't help it.
Calm
He's
down.
like, this is who I am.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, it was a pretty heated debate. At a lot of points, they went over abortion rights. Harris accused Trump of planning to sign an abortion ban if reelected, emphasizing the restrictions already placed in conservative states. Trump refuted those claims, saying that that was a misrepresentation, and it kind of went back and forth a lot about
a lot of back and forth.
you're wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Babies can go until they're this and that state, and I don't necessarily know if it was either of their policies that were implemented, but Trump was trying to say that it's at state level.
State level now.
And Kamala was kind of saying that it's it should be federal.
Yeah, which
essentially,
I always disagree with the federal government having power over
the decisions of the state.
Yeah, because it just why should we be giving the government more and more control? I've always been, that's why I lean towards the Republican side, because I want less government. I want less control over my life. I want to be able to decide for me, because I think it's like, look, I live my life and I'm in this thing, and so like let's let the state level, which is more contained to your, group, so to speak, because it's a smaller thing. Yeah. So like I think it's more sane. It's not perfect, but I think it's more sane to have it at a state level, make decisions like specific decisions, as opposed to, for example, it's like so why do certain states have no state tax?
Right.
Like why? I'm sure the government would love for all of them to have like, full state tax everywhere. Like sure.
And if you don't know, and if you haven't done much study on it, it's why we're called the United States, because originally it was that states were managing their own people and their own policies, etc. So it's actually like a 250-year debate of if that's the right way to go. It's kind of the
states have their own constitution.
Yeah, it's kind of like the experiment of the American democracy is there are states and they have their own rights outside of the federal government. Yeah. So, but they also went over economic plans. Again, Kamala went over like a very basic, I'm going to give a bonus and or credit to small businesses and or first-time home buyers, etc. But Trump doesn't feel that policy will do anything, essentially. And so that was another major point they went over. And, Trump really emphasized his previous administration's economic achievements, and he criticized Harris's being tied to Biden's, because Harris was VP during Biden. She is VP. She is VP. Yeah. But it's kind of like a funny scenario, because how much power does a VP have?
I've always felt the VP is kind of
like for show.
It's like a showpiece.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's weird because if the president dies, then you have all the power. So it's like being like the second son in like an old English like aristocracy. You're kind of useless, and then like one thing happens, like you're the fucking king. Yeah, you have unlimited power now.
So Trump's, I guess, plan. I mean, there wasn't really a plan involved in his discussions about economic policies aside from the tariffs. And Harris's was about getting rid of the tariffs and taxing the wealthy. And those were the two essential arguments of economic policy. And it's super confusing and hard because Trump
was
came
that at the
in
beginning? I don't remember this part.
No, this was like towards the middle.
Yeah.
I missed this part.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
But it's very confusing because some people will say they'll be pro-Trump and they'll say, oh, he brought jobs back and that sort of thing. But you also have COVID happened during Trump's era.
True.
At the end, yeah.
At the end, right? And so it's just hard to gauge. I'm not saying who was right or wrong, but
it's difficult.
Well, you would just look at the data up until that point, because it's not fair to judge him for that.
For a global pandemic.
Yes, but then you gotta give the same token to Biden because he took over during a pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
So you couldn't say that Biden did wrong.
Yeah.
But it's when we printed all the money and we had all of our grocery expenses and our gas go up and inflation was insanity.
No, that was still during Trump.
That's right.
That's when it started.
That's right. And that's when you know what I mean? But I'm just saying it's very
it's not like
it's hard to gauge who did that.
Yeah.
It's not black and white.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying you would only like look at how it was, what he did and all that for the first 3 years. Let's just say the first 3 years.
Yeah.
The first 3 years were fucking great.
Which was 16, 17, no, wait.
Yes.
17, 18, 19, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
I know, it's hard, and that's the thing I thought, especially on this particular token, is like I was really interested to see what was discussed on this point, because it's obviously like what is impacting most of us the most is the economics.
Yeah.
And it's just no one really said anything. It was just, and then it like degraded into this like them just talking shit about how shitty the other one was, and I was like, God damn it! I was like really hoping to get some like insight.
That's the part that I hated the most. It just turns into this like bickering, fighting about nothing, and I'm like, why am I wasting my time watching this?
It's always so funny too that the person's like, okay, so what are your plans? To fix this? Well, they fucked it everything.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'm like, answer the question.
I know, it's so annoying.
True.
Like, come on.
And then I gotta respond. I need a minute to respond to that, and then it's like back and forth about like how he was just lying or how she was just lying or whatever.
It does seem like neither one of them know what they're doing.
And
I hate to say that, but
I do want to make a point just on like the high level overview of like the concept, because I know a lot of people, and it's on both sides. It's Republicans and Democrats that feel like, okay, maybe we should be taxing these billionaires more. Yeah. Because obviously billionaires have the ability to use, IRS tax hole loopholes that are there, and they're built into the tax code and they're built into the system. So I'm not saying they're wrong for using them, because I wish I could fucking use them. Hell yeah, that'd be sick. But they are still paying taxes, and if you actually look at it in the grand scheme, even let's say if a person who's a billionaire is paying less taxes than you from a percentage perspective, they're paying like
so much more.
City's worth of people's taxes.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
But then if you think about what happens if you then start to enforce taxes on the highest producers in a society, you then turn into France, where that's what happens. It's like the people who are actually driving the economy, who are the people who are making the most money, the ones who are driving the economics of a country, they're gonna be like, I think I'll just leave. Yeah. And then they're like, shit, I get zero tax dollars.
You're gonna force all that money out of here, like
and that's what happens.
Apple, like as a company, I mean, not as an owner to your point, but like they have a lot of their money.
Ireland, baby,
out
tax
of here.
free.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
Billions or
dude, so much money. But
hundreds of billions.
But
hundreds of billions.
That's what will happen, and I'm not saying like. That's why I always thought that the best, and I'm not a fucking economics major, but I always thought like a flat standardized tax for everyone would be the best thing. Everyone's paying the exact same amount. That's it, and like we're all paying regardless of what you make.
I like that
because it's all on like the scale of your income, so it's not. It doesn't like hey, it's like everyone's paying 15%. So I'm like 15% for me and 15% for them. We're all paying the same percentage. Right. So that way it's like that's the equal part. Yeah. It shouldn't be like, well, since they make more money, they should pay 40%. Yeah. Like I don't think that's fair, personally. Like if they pay the same as me, sick. I'm fine with that. Totally fine with that.
I like that.
That's my viewpoint. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but I always thought that would work. But
no, I like that.
No one's ever caught on to that idea.
Well, I mean, after you make $1 billion, you might have arguments against it. You know what I mean? Or if I don't know. You know what I mean?
If I made $1 billion and I paid my same tax rate, I would not care. I would be so fucking rich. I would not give a fuck. I'm like, oh damn it! I only have $700 million now. You think I'd give a fuck? I don't give a shit.
They also went over Obamacare. And. This is this healthcare is a tough subject because it's very divided, and it's divided within the parties. Oh, totally. Republicans argue about it all the time. Democrats argue about it all the time. And people have different opinions on who should have healthcare. And it's one of the more heated things that I've had arguments with of people who are close to me, essentially, which is I believe that most people should have healthcare. But in our society, in America's society, it has to do with money.
Now,
you get the better care.
Should they have healthcare, or should they have the ability to get healthcare? Like, those are two kind of different things. Mm-hmm. Like, does everybody need to have it? You're forced to have it. If you don't have it, then you're penalized. You're gonna have to pay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or it's like, hey, it doesn't matter what kind of condition you have. Like, you have this ability to go here and grab your health care and pay for it if you if you're not working for somebody that's going to help you pay for it. But those are two different things.
Totally.
I don't think that people should be penalized because you don't want to have health care.
Or you can't afford it.
Oh, you can't afford it, yeah.
Well, see, the thing is that it is a weird argument, and like obviously I'm on a different side because I do pay for healthcare. Yeah. And my healthcare costs are so expensive is because I'm virtually subsidizing the
Others.
healthcare for the people who can't afford it. So I'm like, cool. Like I'm literally like dying on the vine here, paying for like so my kid can go to the fucking dentist.
Yeah.
But like I'm subsidizing the people who just don't give a shit. I'm not saying everyone. There are some people who don't care, and then they're getting free healthcare, and so I'm in essence subsidizing it. So it's weird because obviously, yes, I do believe everyone deserves to be cared for. Everyone deserves.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves like medical attention. Like that is a fact. Let's just state that.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that Obamacare
Helped
took
with.
care of. Like
Yeah.
if you had, let's say, diabetes or something, where nobody would insure you because it's a pre-existing condition or whatever,
exactly.
right? Like you should be able to get some health care for that.
Yeah, that's
Right.
why
That's ridiculous.
The system is like really difficult. It's such a.
Because you get doctors
and I
involved
personally
and
think
money
that
and
there's so much criminality in the healthcare industry, and how they're skewing things to get more money from the insurance companies, and then the insurance companies are like, well, I got to charge you more. So I think that it needs a real like hardcore audit.
Yeah.
Like, they need to like really be like, wow, like how, like man, because if you look,
reform.
one of the weird things is if you look at the statistics on C-section births, they're fucking astronomical.
Through the roof.
Dude,
Yeah.
40% higher than like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because the hospital gets paid so much more money for a C-section birth. And I get it. Now, like, it's from the hospital's perspective, they're like, okay, well, you know, if we can manage a situation and be safer and not get sued, we're going to do it that way. But I do feel like a lot of things are getting pushed and a lot of things happen so that they can then rake in more money. Like, it's just my opinion. I don't know if it's true, but I think that the healthcare system's really fucked, and it's like deeper than just like like deeper than like who's getting covered. It's like somebody's like doing some shady shit, and it's fucking us all over.
You know what we need? Do you remember not RFK Jr. but RFK? And do you remember he became the DA for his brother JFK? So he became the Attorney General. Yeah. So the Attorney General, and he went after the mob.
Yeah.
And the unions and that sort of thing, right? And Jimmy Hoffa and like the whole that thing. And I felt like and I felt like that was the problem then.
Yeah.
I feel like we need that guy.
Yeah, we need the guy. We need
but for the medical industry
we
today.
need fucking Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Come in and
we need somebody who like is a ruthless coming like to fix what you're talking about, which is the entire medical industry.
No, for sure. It needs to be looked at because like I think there is.
I agree with that.
Well, didn't Trump say that he would want to get RFK Jr. on...
to make him healthy again?
But do you think RFK Jr. is as
no
as what?
I think
as RFK? As,
no, I think
you know what I mean?
No, I think that RFK is a really good guy to be involved in it because I think one of the things he's advocating for is like a family's right to choose on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you know, a family's right to be able to choose whether they get certain vaccinations or choose for themselves to do these things, which is great. And I think that's like, and you know, as a parent, and we're all parents, you know, that's an important thing for me. Like, I don't want to like fucking put some weird foreign shit into my 3-year-old's body. Like, I don't think that's like fucking legit.
Yeah.
We want to have the choice.
Yeah, I think I should have the choice. That should be my right as her parent. I have the right to make that choice because I, more than anyone else on the earth besides my wife, want what's best for her. More than the fucking doctor does.
Yeah.
More than the fucking government does. I do.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's not what you're talking about for sure. He's not like the guy, the fucking a lawyer who's gonna go in there and fucking crack skulls. Not the guy.
Okay.
But he's a good dude. He's a solid dude. I always thought he was a solid dude.
Trump also took a hard stance on China immigration.
Well, he's always took
highlighting his administration's approach to border security, building the wall.
Yeah, that was one of the major points.
Harris criticized Trump's foreign policy as erratic, harmful to international alliances, advocating for a more cooperative approach as opposed to a we America, we big bad, and we get what we want.
We got army,
approach.
You don't.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
I kind of like. I'm sorry. It's probably because I live in America. I loved when America was the bully.
Yeah.
No one's gonna fuck with we're the biggest dick in the room.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I love
we're
that.
America, bitch. We do as we say. We do as we tell you.
Yeah.
I like that's me. I like.
So that's
America
like
being
foreign
the shit.
affairs, and I understand the foreign affairs aspect. But what about the wall?
Like the immigration thing.
Is
Like,
it?
look at Jorge.
Yeah, you're looking at me. You're like, what is he gonna say?
What about immigration?
What about immigration from the south?
Immigration now
And the wall.
in present time is not what it used to be.
No.
You know what I mean? So when we say the word immigration, it's not the same thing as when you said it years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it needs to be controlled. It's out of fucking control right now.
Really?
Yeah. I actually am born and raised in the town which has the most crossings, the most news attention. It's called Eagle Pass. That's where I'm from. And
It's like South Texas.
South Texas, it's like right there on the border. It's like for us here, it'd be like crossing the Clearwater Bridge.
Yeah. Okay.
right there.
Yeah.
It's like right there. You just cross the Little River part, right?
Yeah.
Rio Grande. So I have family there still, and they tell me like there's so much traffic and so many people not just coming over the border, but now like news stations or anybody like interested in this story and all that. And there's so much traffic in that little town, you can't even go to the hospital and get a bed. Like,
Really?
Yeah, like one of my aunts had something happen. She had to go to the hospital, and like it was a thing. It's an issue.
Yeah.
You know.
So they're just running over the border.
Might just
Like,
be
do you
walking.
know? Do you know? Like,
Well, there's a river, you know, but it's like a small
but I mean,
river.
there's no like,
There's no like stop.
there's no checkpoints and like.
there is, but they can't control everything.
I see.
You know.
And for being super ignorant, is Mexico so bad that they want to come?
Dude, Mexico's the worst.
Well, here's the thing. It's like what I
Right.
said. Like right now, it's not just Mexicans.
Dude, it's everybody. They're fucking
Forever, there has always been Mexicans, you know,
Yeah.
coming back and forth and whatever, right? But now it's like fucking everyone.
Dude, it's
Chinese, Africans,
So they're flying into Mexico and then crossing the
Guatemalans.
border there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, literally, like you can map it out. Especially the Chinese, their route or their journey or whatever starts from China, and they land in I think it was Panama or something, right?
Yeah.
And then they like literally have it all mapped out, like where exactly you're going through all
Just
the way
to
up
get
to the
into the
border.
US.
Yeah. And so it cost about $25,000 to come over. So with that much money on the line, can you imagine who, like imagine
It's
now
that
thousands
mu-
of people.
And it's that much better that you would pay $25,000 to.
It is.
Like, think about that for a second. Like, let's just say for you or for me, right?
With no guarantee.
Absolutely.
And
Your-
super
your
dangerous.
Ticket. Yeah. But I'm just
Super
saying,
dangerous.
like imagine it's so bad where you are right
Dude,
now,
imagine living in Venezuela.
and you
Exactly.
come up
You
with
wouldn't-
$25,000 to get to Canada.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
I just MailChimped my marketing.
You MailChimped your what?
I MailChimped my marketing with AI to create an effective marketing campaign in minutes.
No, MailChimp and Way.
Yes, MailChimp in Way. Now I can hyper-personalize my campaigns across email and SMS.
You can do all that with MailChimp?
What did I just MailChimp and say?
MailChimp your marketing with the #1 AI-powered email marketing and automation platform, Intuit MailChimp. #1 based on publicly available data on competitors' customers. Plans vary. SMS available as add-ons. Visit MailChimp.com.
It would have to be pretty fucking bad.
I know, that's what I'm
Like,
saying. Like, is it that bad? Like that?
A lot of
It
places.
must be
in
that
some
bad.
countries, I think it is that bad, and in other countries, like let's say Mexico, it's not that bad, but it is definitely a thing about opportunity.
Yeah, and
Like there's no opportunity over there.
Even like for example, it's like if you you come up with a $25,000, like you come over and you get like a regular job and you're making like $45,000.
Yeah, it's
then
like
you're
it's
like,
like Sean.
sick. I can, like, send them-
Sean's working at X job, and then you talk to him, and he's like, fucking killing it over here, like
Oh, yeah, medic.
you should
Yeah.
come, and you're like, fuck, okay, like I'm making like 10% of what you're making.
Yeah.
So literally, I can 10x my income if I go through this fucking, dangerous journey, basically.
Dude, there's dudes in some of the South American countries, like they'll have like a fucking MBA, and they're making
Oh, yeah.
like $7 an hour.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it's insane. It's like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question, and I'm gonna ask it to Jorge because he is more like in that
a
that-
resident
that-
alien?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
he's a U.S. citizen.
Okay, so
Former alien.
and this might be too general, but we'll just chat it out, right? Which is, America is built upon foreign immigrants.
Yeah.
That's what, like,
Yeah.
for example, the white population of America is
100% foreign.
it's a melting
I mean,
pot.
white's still the majority, but it's
White is still the biggest
still the-
one.
the
yeah,
largest-
The biggest one.
the biggest one. But I'm just saying that, like, it's a melting pot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
100%.
you know what I mean? And even the formation of America was people
yeah.
finding opportunity and coming over, and
Yeah.
they're being persecuted in other lands, and they're coming over. You know what I mean? Pilgrims and pagans, and all these different things,
Yeah.
and they're coming over to find freedom in America, and then America was established.
Yeah.
They didn't have a wall.
But also,
Right.
like,
So then the question becomes, what do we do, and should it be open for everybody?
I mean, dude, no,
No.
hell no.
No, it
No.
shouldn't be. Now,
shouldn't.
now, but here's the thing. You talk
There's a
about
system
you
in
go.
place.
You went way back to the Pilgrims.
I know.
and all that shit.
I went back.
There
I
was
know, I know.
never a problem then.
Yeah,
it-
they weren't worried about like their families getting fucking
right.
raped.
Like they
Yeah,
probably
they were.
They probably
That's
were
why
going.
they left.
No, in America, like
Oh.
when the immigrants are coming into America, like,
Oh,
you're like, oh,
yeah,
you're cool.
yeah,
you go,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
cool.
I got it.
Yeah,
I'm
now-
saying they
now-
left
They left
because
that, yes,
of
Right.
of
that.
course.
Yeah,
But
yes.
and what I'm saying is never a problem in the sense of like you didn't have this avalanche, this overwhelm of people trying to like. It's almost
Millions
like
of people.
imagine like you have I don't know, visitors come by and you're like, okay, somebody comes by, they knock on your door or something, but then all of a sudden you get like fucking I don't know, whatever, 10 people
20 solar
show up.
You're like, leave me alone.
I don't need solar.
I know, literally, I'm like, yeah, I will kill the next solar salesman.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, I think that in present time, like so you're
It's
talking
just
about
gotten
right now,
It's just gotten
It's
exponentially too many.
it's out of control.
No, but also
It's out of control.
And what it does, it literally invalidates the time and effort that millions of people have put into doing things through the legal process. Like, oh
Yeah.
no, now it's totally cool. Like, what about all the people who literally spent years and years? And like, I had a buddy who just he just became a U.S. citizen, and he had had a green card for 17 years. Like, I mean, these people that go through the legal process and do things the right way, and there's a system in place too for political refugees, for refugees of all these things. Like, we had that set up. Well, I'm not saying like no one's allowed in America.
Yeah.
It's just like now it's
The
just
right
like this
way.
free for all, and I'm sorry, like the U.S. government should be putting U.S. citizens first. Like that is the isn't that the whole purpose of having the government, to protect the citizens? And like instead of like
Yeah, they're supposed to be
now
working
it's
for
like
us.
Now it's like let's serve these other people. And then you just deal with it because we're America and we're the nice guys, which we should be. It's great. Look, it's great.
Yeah.
By all means, fucking come to America. Have a better life. We got the space.
Yeah.
Fucking come on down.
Yeah.
But like, do it the right fucking way.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, for a long time, it was the issue, quote unquote, was Mexicans, right?
Yeah.
But it's also quote unquote because like there's a big portion of jobs that are just it is the reality that is not going to be done or not voluntarily. Like you don't see a lot of people volunteering for these type of jobs. Like we live here.
roofing,
very
lawn care.
Not even like right here close by. There's Plant City, so there's a lot of farming type jobs, and you got to pick watermelons and strawberries, and it's hard.
It's
fucking hard job.
I have a hard time walking into my car.
Dude, you are not gonna get local Plant City fucking people to show up to the fields to get paid per basket. That's what they get paid.
The white guy is gonna be like, "I'll take $60 an hour." To do this."
Exactly.
We're good, bro.
And then you're paying $15 for your strawberries. Like it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. So last question: do you think the wall is a solution?
Oof, that's a good question.
Because that's $1 trillion project.
I think it's a slowdown, man. I think
it's a slowdown.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's like a stopgap to like.
Yeah,
slow
it's
down.
almost like a DUI checkpoint. Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna stop.
It's
Yeah,
not going to stop people from drinking and driving.
yeah, and you're gonna catch some, and then it's like they're gonna learn the lesson.
Yes, sir. That's a good point. Like a DUI check. The wall's a DUI checkpoint.
I almost like the idea more of putting all that money into the legal process, like the structure of it to make it better. What you're talking about, where it's like, do it the right way. But I don't know how to do that, right?
Like
it seems
to put up like a banner.
I know.
We put it
I
on
know.
this
I know.
fucking illegal
I know. And it sounds like nice. Like it's a nice.
It's like
a nice
Eric's
solution.
politician answer.
Yeah, it's an Eric solution.
Eric's the politician.
Yeah. All right, there you go. That's the wall. A lot has happened in the last year and a half with the whole wall thing, because you even had different candidates trucking in people to from Texas and from areas, even from Florida up to the New England area.
Dude, I was like,
because they're like, you don't have to fucking deal with, Cuba.
Yeah.
We do, or, whatever.
Yeah, it's true.
And Rhode Island doesn't, or Connecticut.
I also never understood, this is another reason why I'm like, ugh, because I've been paying taxes since I was fucking 11 years old. I had my first fucking job, and I was paying taxes on that money. I don't know how I got with a child labor laws, but I guess they let you be a caddy and work part time when you're 11 years old back in the day. But all of our tax money, then you live in New York, and they're putting people up in hotels, paying for all this shit, giving them money. And that's all of your tax money that you're paying. That's all your state tax money that you're paying to the state government.
Yeah, but what are they going to do? Just put them on the street?
Why are they even there?
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, put yourself.
Get from Mexico to New York.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, put yourself in the shoes of receiving a bus full of people, and what do you do with them?
Send those fuckers back. I don't know.
Now put yourself in the other shoes of if. In another country they received, what would they do? Nothing.
They'd burn the
yes.
bus on fire.
Nothing.
Geez. They'd be like,
you're like, oh, okay, you came here. You came here to be homeless. Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Okay, we're gonna need this. We're gonna need this bus. So can you get out?
Yeah.
Came here to be homeless. Good for you, brother.
Yeah. All right.
Jeez.
All right.
I know, right? Just over there, preferably. Just go over there.
But even that turns into a shit show of it's homeless everywhere, and it's like.
But there was already. Even without the immigrants, there's.
I know, it's so true.
There's a bunch of homeless Americans.
Did I send you that one homeless guy in LA that built this
on the street and they couldn't?
Yeah,
they
or
couldn't,
maybe the other Sean sent it to us or something. I don't know.
There was a dude who built a little shanty house on the sidewalk.
It looks like a White House.
They literally legally couldn't move him.
He has living rooms and bedrooms and shit.
Genius.
Legit, and it's on the street.
It's probably worth $100,000 now.
You know what I mean? 250.
Yeah,
in California for sure.
Okay, one of the last issues that they went over was guns.
I already
saw that part?
I already checked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I checked out on this part too.
I went inside. I was sweating, and I was fuck this.
So Trump really jumped in there and was like, "Oh, she wants the Biden administration wants to just take away your guns," and she was like, "No, that's not true. I'm a gun owner."
Let me see the gun.
She is not.
Show me the gun.
So that's exactly what she said.
Fact
she said,
checker.
"Me and my husband are gun owners."
No, false.
Where do they live?
I don't know where they live.
California.
I don't know where they live. Maybe Oakland.
I'm not
Maybe
talk
Oakland.
shit about fucking Kamala.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I just don't personally believe she's a gun owner.
Really?
No, I don't believe
I
it.
don't.
I don't believe it.
I don't.
Like she got a gun a couple months ago.
Going back
because
yeah,
that actually seems more
That
logical.
seems more logical to me.
Let's get a gun.
And my thing is
let's get a gun because then we're a gun owner.
Look, people who aren't gun owners, I'm not saying they're bad people. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's your
right, but don't fucking lie.
Yeah, I just think that
Here,
she's lying.
going back to the beginning, politicians gonna say
Eric's
what you
not a
want to
gun-
hear.
Eric doesn't own guns.
I
I
don't
still
own
like
a
him.
gun.
He's
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
my best friends.
I have a big knife.
Butter knife.
I've been trying to talk him into it, though. Trying to peer pressure him into it.
But this also comes on the cusp of the shooting.
Yeah.
In Georgia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
But it's the age-old thing. It's like look what they did when they did
gun
the war,
control.
They did the war on drugs. Billions upon billions of dollars, outlawing, blah blah blah. Like the war on drugs has just led to like literally worse drug bombs. The drug bombs are actually worse.
True. Yeah.
And so like, what's gonna happen if
it was definitely a failure?
Don't they build like government crack houses now, and you can like go there for your own safety to get high?
like free
but help me out with the argument. Let's say because we have all our UK listeners. Hey,
they're probably listening to this.
We
And
have
they're like, what a shit show of
no,
America.
actually, just so you know,
God, we wish we had guns.
if you didn't know, we have about a 7 or 8% demographic UK listeners. So, hey, cheerio, mate. Right, get it, right.
Every Tuesday.
Right, get it now. Check. Anyways,
so bad.
so some of them though are kind of wondering like, what's the point? Like, why do we need? Like, they don't have guns. None of them have guns.
No, that's fine.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they have no militia. They have no. It's not a thing. It's not like, oh, let's go shooting, and there's no thing. And so their argument.
They also don't have tundras, trucks like we do over here.
No, but no.
They got the Kamala.
They got the little city boy baby Tacoma.
But keep it on the guns. Like, but they don't have shootings.
How do you know?
Statistically speaking, they have 1% of the shootings that we do.
Yeah, but statistically speaking, we have like 5 times as many. How many more people do we have than they do?
Even
They live
still,
on
the
a
math
small
doesn't
island.
work out. They have like 0 shootings, like school shootings.
Okay, well.
I would like to know how many people are on like drugs and mental problems over there compared to us.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying too. I wonder how many like
But
per
that's
per
guns.
capita.
We're talking about guns. We're not talking about other things.
Yes, we are. I know we're talking about that, but I'm bringing
we're
up the
talking
mental
about school
issues.
shootings.
I'm talking about the mental issues because the mental drugs that a lot of people are on lead, or maybe not lead, but they're behind. They're connected to a lot of these school shootings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's
Meaning
why
we have more.
We have way more. I think.
But I mean, what I'm saying is that their argument is that take away the guns and you won't have the shootings.
But that's
that's
see,
false.
My argument is like,
do they have crime over there? Do they have
for
crime?
Sure.
Okay,
for sure.
Is crime's illegal? Why are there crimes
sure.
and they made crime illegal?
No,
Why
we're
are people
talking
still
about
committing
school
crime?
shootings.
Right.
We're talking about school shootings.
But like,
I know,
well, there
but-
would be
We're talking about children dying from guns.
No, but then there would be school
it.
stabbings. I'm saying like, regardless of whether guns are
Statistically, it doesn't pan out. It doesn't pan out. What you got to look at it.
Eric, listen to me.
Yeah.
Like, you're saying that if we would outlaw guns, nothing like the bad stuff wouldn't happen.
I'm not saying that.
Well,
I'm
he's
just
just saying
saying
school shootings.
I'm just saying we're talking about gun control, and we're talking about the school shootings, and we're talking about why are they here and they're not over there. And
Well,
I don't know the answer to it. I don't know the answer.
I know
to
the
it.
answer. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
It's a right.
To have the gun.
Yeah.
Correct. Absolutely. Now, I guess my only thing for it, like my only thing on the side of it, is if we needed to revolt against the government, we would fucking win.
Yes.
100%.
Our militia would
Our
win.
militia would beat any country.
So, meaning our Constitution would be followed to the T, which is that if our government became tyrannical, we would be able to revolt, and they wouldn't.
Yeah. No.
But it's the cost that comes with that.
No, but it's not even that.
Right.
It's like I
Does that make
have
sense?
guns.
Yeah.
Like I have guns to protect myself, and I like it as a hobby to go shooting like at a range because I think it's fun. I personally enjoy it. But the main reason I have guns is to protect my home.
Yep.
And that's the reason why, because I feel more safe and I feel more able to protect my family by having a gun in my nightstand safe.
Yeah.
Like I feel more comfortable, and that's my right. I'm not.
And yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna add, like, I do know where the thought process of what you're saying, Eric, is it might not even be coming directly from you. You're just kind of like sitting here feeding us the question. Right?
I'm trying to go both sides, and
I just think it comes down to fucking it's your right. It's the same thing as
Absolutely.
if I said like would I agree with like the government like regulating everything we say on social media, and it's like you get shut down or you get deleted if you say the wrong thing. No, because it's our fucking First Amendment right.
Right.
But
You
they're
know?
doing that
Right.
anyways.
Oh, I know.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right,
fucking
right,
happening
right.
anyway.
Anyway, they're still doing it.
So in summary, this is my view, is that we're paying a price for having the ability to be a free state.
But see, I don't view it like that. I don't view it as like we're paying the price because of that, because of our freedom. We're paying a price because, listen, people who, if statistically all the gun violence is crime related, criminal related, like, oh, I'm gonna rob you, or we're in a gang, or we're this and that. Obviously, the school shooting thing is an anomaly, and I do think that it's heavily involved with a lot of drugs that they put children on, and that cause them to reach a breaking point. But the thing is, like, if a criminal wanted to get a gun, they would find a way to get a gun.
Yeah.
And there's illegal ways to get guns. There's a lot of illegal ways to get guns, just like there's illegal ways to get drugs. They're gonna find a way to get it anyways. So I think I know it's a tough subject and there's no like perfect answer, but to catch-22 is like if you take them all away, you're then inhibiting people's ability to defend themselves against the illegally procured firearms. Because if you take them all away, then a guy gets an illegal gun, he's like God. And he's like, fucking, you can't do shit.
And we might save a lot of this conversation because we're going to do the Las Vegas shooting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he had crates of
oh
weapons.
my God,
like
so
like
many
he had
guns. It was retarded.
into the hotel.
So many that
like,
we got to do a fucking episode because it's like,
20,000 rounds.
what's the coincidence?
Yes,
Like, come on.
exactly.
Now.
And so then
Plus, there was a whole bunch of other videos that we
I know
recently were looking at.
Absolutely.
And,
So and obviously we'll bring it up again, and again I bring it up as like we are the only country that could revolt against our own government.
Yes.
Yeah.
And be victorious, that is.
So
Yeah.
I find it. I personally believe. I know you said you didn't, and it's not a price we pay. But I feel like we need to find the solution for the kid shooting.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Because there's been no solution, and we continue to. You know what I mean? God for fucking bid that it happened to me.
Oh my God, I would be.
I would be changing my tune dramatically on
Of course.
the access to weapons that a 14-year-old can have. Do you know what I mean? Like if my child was shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
because
but obviously, like that kid isn't buying like the
I know it's from his dad
Yeah,
or
exactly,
whatever.
like,
Well, in this case, it was.
This
right?
case was from his dad.
Yeah.
Like it
It
was
was, like,
in his
gifted to
home. Or some
It was
fucking
gifted
shit.
to him as like a Christmas present, I think.
And this
Yeah,
is
and they were hunters. I don't
I
fucking
get it.
know.
This is-
Yeah.
this is why you have
This is
saves.
a one-off.
This
It's
is
a
why you have
one-off.
fucking
Yeah,
too.
this is a one-off.
It's a one-off, and I don't want to necessarily say it's our entire country because we also
Yeah.
have 50 states and there's different
Yeah.
rules and
Of course,
blah, blah, blah.
of course.
Anyways, all right, right on. Well, we'll bring it up to. We'll really go into it on the Vegas shooting because I don't know if you've seen the video, but he literally wheels in like
Dude, it's
20,
like-
20 rifles. I don't
It's
fucking
insane.
know.
It's like the
on the the cart.
Yeah, like the bellhop
The bellhop
cart.
cart, and he's just fucking
it's,
rolling
like, on
in.
camera,
Yes,
like, whatever.
yeah, exactly. So, anyways, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Additionally, in the debate, something that was brought up was wild.
Oh my God! I know what it is.
Yes.
The thing that you keep sitting shit about.
So Trump asserted that Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio, were involved in stealing, consuming pets, including dogs and cats. And he said this: "They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people that live there. This is a shame." Harris responded by saying his claims were sensational and extreme.
I think the thing that's sad about that is like it could be happening. I don't know.
I have no
But it's like,
idea.
I
Well,
don't
there
know
was
why
there was videos. There was videos of this.
he like yeah, but I'm saying like I just
It's so hard to know.
I even if I
It's
saw
not
a
hard to
video, I
know.
don't know if I would like believe
I
it
know.
because it'd be
Okay.
like too crazy.
I'm
It's like
gonna-
if you
then
see
you guys
that
have
one
to-
homeless bitch at the fucking 7-Eleven. She's like eating a bat,
Like a
and
ball,
we're like, oh shit, Tampa, they're eating bats.
Yeah, it's literally
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It was
okay.
one girl, one Haitian.
Really? Oh, you saw a video?
I saw a video. I'm gonna send it to you guys.
Dark web.
So,
Yeah.
so there was one lady that the cops arresting, and he's like, "What were you doing? Like fucking eating cats? Like what the fuck?" Like I'm gonna send it to y'all, right?
Yeah, okay.
And then there was another video of a guy that's like talking to the city council
yeah.
or whatever. Did you see this one with the red sweatshirt? Okay, he's like talking about the immigrants, and he's like, I see them. They come down to the parks, and they're like, killing the ducks so they can eat them and shit.
Duck is delicious.
I'm with him on that one. Duck is.
Little duck breast.
If somebody invited me to a duck dinner, I'd be fucking there.
Duck roast.
Yes, dude. Honestly.
We got a nice little pond.
Yes.
By the
Woof.
So-
Anytime I see duck on a menu, I'm like, bam.
Yeah.
It's got to be cooked right, though.
Yeah. Haitian style.
Sorry.
Little Haitian jerk.
So, do you think he just was rambling, or like, and there was just
No,
one
I think
instance,
this
though?
literally just happened this week or over the weekend.
I
or
know,
whatever.
but like he brought it up as like a major part of our country's
why did
problem.
he
I
should
don't
not
know
have brought
why.
it
I
up
don't
because
think
he looks crazy. I'll tell you right now.
It could have been happening.
Like,
but,
he was flustered.
I wouldn't have said it.
Right, exactly.
I wouldn't have said
Exactly.
it.
Right.
I just think it was like, like I said, it could be happening. I don't know, but you might want to save that one for like the call afterwards.
And going back to what we were saying earlier, like just focus on the real issues.
I
Like
know.
let's talk about your
Correct,
plan
correct.
to,
Yeah, correct.
And
Yeah.
that was the problem. And that was like
Yeah.
my problem with the entire
That's why you
debate.
checked out. You're like,
Dude, I just
Yeah.
I was just waiting for one issue to be
Right,
truly discussed. I'm like, please, this really
Yeah.
give a shit about one thing,
Yeah.
and then literally all it was like, hey, this person sucks, this person sucks, you suck, and then it's like, I care about you, I care. I'm like, you both fucking shut up.
So since we are a conspiracy podcast, you hear about the earrings?
yeah.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That
think
was an earpiece?
Yeah,
was a
that
little ear mic.
allegedly or supposedly, right? That we have Kamala wearing these special earrings.
Yeah. So I was gonna bring it up, but let's fucking talk about it.
But let's
now.
go.
Okay. She sounded good.
Yeah, she did sound coherent for sure.
She sounded good. She sounded better than he sounded, in my opinion.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, and
And I didn't really want to agree with that.
I know
but...
she was killing it. She was, but also keep in mind too, it was the first time I heard her debate anything.
No, but
I saw.
So I never saw any of this stuff.
I saw her in 20.
Really?
What was it? 2020?
16 or-
20.
Oh, on the
whatever it
VP
was.
trail or whatever, like her being the VP.
No, she was running for president back then.
Oh, yeah, and then
for the
she got-
primaries.
yeah,
But then
primaries,
she
and
didn't.
she got
She didn't
made.
get it.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, see, I mean, granted, she did sound like from actually sounding good, yes,
Yeah.
but she just didn't say anything. That was the problem. No, she sounded great.
A whole lot of words come out.
She sounded
but
great,
like,
there
did she make sense?
There was no issues. There was no policies. It was just like, you want a president who can.
Well,
get
they
a
were
kid?
like
But
they were like
both of
small
them,
handouts.
both of them. He was
Him
talking
too.
about
He
her.
didn't talk
She
about-
was
he
talking
didn't
about
say
him,
shit.
and then they just talk about each other and how fucking shitty they are.
Fully agreed. He
So
didn't
I
say
was
anything.
gonna just kind of like go over like what I thought was the good of each of them and then the bad of each of them.
Okay.
And I thought Kamala was poised. I didn't realize she had such a good backbone. I thought she was speaking very well, and it kind of I was impressed actually out the gate. And then I also thought he was surprised by how good she did.
Yeah, that she.
And he was kind of taken aback and kind of started to fluster a little bit. And that's why the whole
Well, he-
cat dog fucking
he was-
Haitian thing. He's like, oh, what the fuck? This is not old man Biden. This is a different debate. I have to,
Old man
I
Biden.
know, mine's like
right?
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
Sleepy
So
Joe.
I thought that was very interesting. I just thought it was an interesting thing. Whether or not I thought her policies were very, I felt like she was treating me like a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. Like
didn't
it was
like
like I don't really care about the tax $66,000 tax credit. That's not going to change anything for 98% of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Meaning it was like a, hey, I'm going to give you a popsicle.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
and
there was no real solution.
yeah.
Like, and that's why I was like,
Yeah.
okay, like you sound good for
Yeah.
sure, but if there was an actual plan,
yeah.
if there was a plan,
No, what
involved,
was
like
funny
a
is-
legit plan.
What's
I'd be
funny
like,
is
"Damn,
she kept saying, I have a plan,
never
but
got
Trump
the
doesn't. And the plan is basically a very small tax credit.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's not what I need at all.
Yeah.
I need us to keep our inflation down around 2%.
Yeah, please
And
God.
I need to figure out these tariffs because the tariffs
Out
are
of
really
control.
hurting my business. And I need all these, you know what I mean? Like all the different things, you know,
Yeah.
la, la, la. So that was like the negative of her, but at the same time, she had the good too. Trump, I thought his manners were way more in.
They were better.
Do you know what I mean?
He's been way worse.
Like
I've seen him be, like, way worse.
Yeah, he's been way better.
I actually think
this time around, he's been way better.
This might be a weird take, but I think he's a little bit more grounded since he got shot at.
Probably.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like a little bit more like you know.
He definitely got flustered
Right?
with the fucking cat.
Yes,
I think it, like really went, and then he went into the tit for tat thing too. That's like what he loves. But the thing I thought about that, I was like, well, he still is Trump. I mean, so at least he hasn't changed. He's still Trump's going Trump.
Yeah.
But I did think he was less aggressive than he has been a lot. He's been overly aggressive many times.
Yeah.
Right.
So all in all, I do think that I'm not gonna say who won because it's not a winning. It's not an NFL contest. You know, where there's a winner at the end of it. You know what I mean? But I do believe that she probably gained compared to him, in my opinion.
So you're saying she won?
No,
I'm not gonna say this.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying. No, I'm just saying.
She's got like 1. He's got 0.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that she gained, and he is still in the same spot that he was, in my opinion.
Oh, because
my view of him
I think people
didn't
were
change.
like, holy shit!
I thought she was a cackling fool.
Yeah, she can put together.
And then I saw the debate, and I was like, okay, she's. And then I looked into her, and she's like, okay, she's a lawyer. She's like, you know, she
I also thought that the same thing, and
Yeah.
I thought that there was a lot of people that probably were watching that were like on the fence and like, I don't really know who to vote for right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I do think that she probably won some of those people over more than he did in this debate.
Totally.
But did she cheat?
There you go. So that then lies like, okay. So we're gonna take over a couple of things.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna I did want to show you guys something that's very strange to me, and it is almost too strange. At first, when I did 2 or 3 of them, I was like, okay, this is the data. Then I did 6 of them, and then I was like, this is too much coincidence. Back to your thing.
Here we go.
Does that make sense?
Here we go.
I was like, remember my number's like 5.
Yeah.
Right? And I got to 5, and I got to like 5, and I was like red. It was a little red flaggy for me, right? Which is all the major
5.
polls, completely Kamala. Every poll that I can find.
But then I've seen other polls that are different.
National poll.
Okay.
Which
Kamala is winning 46%.
Okay.
Yeah. New York Times, Kamala 49, Trump 46. National poll, Reuters, Harris, Kamala 47, Trump. The Times 49, Harris. New York Times right there, NPR, Harris. Wall Street Journal, Harris.
Look, even
every fucking one.
Yeah.
Every one.
Every single one, yeah. That's it. Oh, but see, look, I'm
So
happy.
who-
Look at this.
who's being polled?
Oh my God, look at this. They finally they do this because I've always been so confused on like who are they polling?
Yes.
Look at the sample size. Reuters, 1,400 people. The Times.
I get you more votes on fucking Instagram than that.
Dude, we can
Damn.
actually.
Like,
Actually, we'll do a vote.
But, like, literally,
yeah.
these polls, like the largest one on here is 20,000 people, but
That's
literally
a
the
decent size,
the
I
average
guess.
Is 1,000. Look at.
Yeah.
Also,
1,400,
20,000 from where?
1,000,
They're all
1,400,
20,000 from California,
1,600.
Or
from
listeners
Texas.
of that program or whatever.
See, this
Sure.
This is
So how many Democrats are listening to NPR compared to Republicans?
Zero. Like literally.
Hi, welcome to NPR.
Like, fucking kill me. No, I always thought. See, that's why I always thought the polls was a huge problem.
Yeah.
Because what'll happen is you take these polls and then you
problem with
broadcast these
statistics.
polls, and those polls influence people's decision.
Yeah.
People inherently want to be on the winning side.
Yeah.
Right.
They
Right.
want to
Sure,
ride
right.
with the winner.
Yeah.
So like I think, and they don't tell you that we asked 12 people who they thought,
Totally.
and
I
now
hate
the
those.
polls. So that's why I think the polls are a bad thing because
Yeah.
it's not big enough to be an actual like legitimate consensus and
Yeah, I
idea
agree.
of what's happening.
Yep.
'Cause
But I
like
was
said,
gonna
where do you
go-
poll? I'll go poll like fucking. I'll go down to like fucking Polk County, and it's gonna be
But-
100%.
Yeah, exactly. And that was you basically just said it. Like it's like where are they from? Also,
Yeah.
You know, they can't all be concentrated in one area.
So I was gonna come and be like, okay, well the polls say that she won the debate, but there were so many that I was like, I feel like it's all just wrong. and nobody knows anything.
Yeah.
And then I looked up the last election.
Yeah,
Okay.
look what happened with remember the
And
Hillary one?
the Hillary one.
It was like
She was like way ahead.
Dude, she was up by like 40 points.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
like crazy.
Okay.
Literally, they gave Trump a 0% chance of victory.
Now, to be fair, and again to be the devil's advocate, it was 50-50 Biden-Trump polls
Right.
towards the end.
Right.
Whether or not you guys believe he won legitimately or not.
I've
You know what I mean?
stopped.
Yeah, whatever. The polls.
Yeah.
Right now we're just talking about. Right now we're just talking about the polls.
Yeah.
Now.
So there you go.
Now
And
we
so
didn't
that's
talk
all
about we didn't talk about her earrings though.
No, I know, and that was just I just wanted to lay out.
Let me get back to
everything I
the
had.
cheating.
No, I know. I just want to lay out everything I had, and that's all I have. And then there's the concept of
Earning your degree online doesn't mean you have to go about it alone. At Capella University, we're here to support you when you're ready. From enrollment counselors who get to know you and your goals, to academic coaches who can help you form a plan to stay on track. We care about your success and are dedicated to helping you pursue your goals. Going back to school is a big step, but having support at every step of your academic journey can make a big difference. Imagine your future differently at capella.edu.
What's 2FA security on Kraken? Let's say I'm captaining my soccer team, and we're up by a goal against, I don't know, Soda Springs FC. Do we relax? No way. Time to create an extra line of defense and protect that lead. That's like 2FA on Kraken, a surefire way to keep what you already have, safe and sound. Go to kraken.com and see what crypto can be. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves risk of loss. Cryptocurrency services are provided to U.S. and U.S. territory customers by Payward Interactive Inc., PWI DBA Kraken. View PWI's disclosures at kraken.com/legal/disclosures.
the moderators.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. We did. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so
So
happy.
that was the other thing.
I was going to do the moderators,
Let's do the
and then we're
moderators.
going to do the earrings,
Let's do
right?
the moderators
Because the moderators were obviously
It was extremely biased.
they were obviously like not for Kamala, but very
Biased.
much
They're biased.
attacking and questioning and data
Yeah,
checking
like, they didn't-
every single thing.
They weren't like overtly helping Harris.
Yeah.
It was like treating her like a normal person, and
Right.
then it was like give the little setup trap ski.
Yeah.
Trump.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of people commented about that because I'm like, come on, just make it fair.
Yeah.
Let's let it be fair.
Yeah.
And like he's gonna yell and he's gonna do his
Do
thing,
the
let's
same
let it be
thing for
fair.
Kamala.
Yeah.
Do the same exact thing.
True.
And that was the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, and a lot of people like, and ABC's getting a lot of shit for it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
Yeah.
shit for it.
Oh yeah, because
And-
they even talked about how the girl, the
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but I know what you're talking about.
the girl was in the same sorority as.
Oh,
Kamala.
really?
That's a conspiracy.
And also, I don't remember if it's the owner, or the president, or somebody like up there is like friends with Kamala.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like pictures of
Yeah.
them together and shit
Yeah,
everywhere.
for sure.
Like fucking vacationing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I don't know,
literally.
but-
yeah, for sure.
But Trump thought going into it that it was going to be completely unbiased.
Well, it should be. It should be unbiased.
So maybe that's also why he was flustered.
Oh, the little why
Yeah,
are you
be-
setting me up?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's kind of like et tu, brute. You know, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, my homies, or maybe at least a fair playing field, and then it wasn't.
And my thing is like, dude, the instant fact checking was like bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm like, just come on, like
I mean, you know how long it takes me to Google shit? Because that took a lot. That was very fast for them.
instant. And like as soon as he said,
Like, oh, he took the
that's
bait.
incorrect.
Yeah.
he took the bait.
Yeah.
Let me correct him right now.
You know, they had an iPad just of Trump points that were like
Wait.
data checked. Yeah.
And so that's the thing. I'm like, look, like. Just let them debate. Who cares? Just let them fucking debate. That's why this debate pissed me off. I'm like, I gotta turn this shit off.
I know
Like, fuck
it
this
was
shit.
annoying.
Because it was so
man.
moderated.
It was annoying.
No, not the moderate. Just because it was just like they were just yapping at each other.
Now here's the other thing.
like,
Back to the
ugh.
fucking cheating one more time.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
cheating.
So with
There
that
was,
being
there was
said,
another thing though. Did
Yeah.
you hear about that? She got fed some sample questions,
Right.
quote
Which
unquote.
Which in reality they were like you change one word.
And
They were
it's
basically the
It's the
same
same
questions.
question,
Yeah.
Well,
And
No,
she
but
and
it goes back-
this is why she looked so good, because she was drilled for a week. She would, you know, she
was
sat there with her team.
slaying those.
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean, anything's possible in the fucking.
I mean,
political
she
world.
did. That's why I wanted to say that I did think she looked really good, and so it would lend to that, which is that she was very on,
Yeah.
and she
Yeah,
was
she was-
very she I mean, whether or not she did it legitimately or not, that lends to your question, which is that maybe she was fed the answers.
And the significance of the passage of time.
So what do you think? Like, tell me your guys' opinions. Do you think the earrings are real? I mean, Alex Jones really went hard on that.
Well,
of course he did.
Alex Jones goes hard on like a random ass shit, like fucking shit that I don't even believe.
I think that they look very similar to the real audio ones.
I know.
I think in the end, no, I don't think those are real. Okay, but I do think the earrings, right?
Yeah.
Not the audio.
You think it was just coincidental that they looked that way?
Yeah, I think it's coincidental.
It's like a fucking pearl earring.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The political bitches wear pearls. That's what they do.
I think more than anything, she probably got fed some questions that are going to be very similar or like the same or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that she just bottom line came more prepared than him. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I think
she was like that's full preparedness.
Yeah.
Like ready to roll, ready to answer.
Right.
I also don't believe that those, because if you really think about it, like, you know how difficult that would be. Like you're in mid live questioning, and then you're like, someone's like,
you're right.
No,
I
know.
Like,
I know.
That would actually fuck me up more. I'd be like,
and you probably would like make some sort of like, I don't know, twitch or reaction that you're like it would give it away.
Say again. Say again.
Like, I'm itching my ear.
Yeah, it seems absurd.
Yeah, but I think Jorge made a great point. Like, yeah, she
probably was fed.
Prepared.
No,
she was more prepared.
But on the conspiracy side, she probably was fed.
Yeah,
fed the questions ahead of time.
I mean, if you just look at how, like, just based on like the bias, if the moderators weren't biased, I would I would be like, dude, she just crushed it. You know, like she just did it. But like the fact that they were so biased, I'm like, they probably can't.
Yeah.
Whoops.
We might ask this. We might also ask this, and this, and this.
Potentially, in the universe of questions, I might ask this question.
All right. Well, and then he did come out saying no more debates.
He did say no third debate.
No third
which
debate.
Confused me, but I was like, oh, he's counting the first one he did with Biden. As one. Yeah. Then Biden got kicked out, and then this is two.
So I think that was a bad move. But
for the no third?
No third, for sure.
I think he should have just been like...
He did one debate with the presidential nominee.
I think it's a good move.
Because he got smoked?
No, I don't think he necessarily got smoked.
I know, but why would he not do another one?
Why? Okay, if you did that and you know you got cheated on,
absolutely.
Who would you trust?
Nobody.
Number one. And by the way, this whole time,
find like in somebody's basement, like
this whole time.
The X thing I thought was good.
Yeah,
and have
I like
the audience be the moderator.
I like that. And this whole time, you've also been crushing it. You know that you've been like winning over audiences.
All the things,
and so like, why does he need a debate? He doesn't need a debate. She really needed
people really
more.
wanted her to debate.
Exactly.
To hear
her speak normally.
Yeah,
because I've never heard her talk.
And people's biggest thing is like her policies aren't on her website. Like they're like, well, what do you actually stand for? Like, what are you gonna do?
Because she never had a website. Because she fucking never thought she was gonna run, and like, she just got thrown in there, and
that's
like,
true.
Hey, you're the new puppet now.
I mean, that's why I hate politics, because they're all fucking puppets.
I know.
They really are. And even Trump, he's just, I think, less of a puppet, because he's like, I'm gonna do me.
Yeah.
But like, I still think he has to do certain things. I just don't think he's doing like, he's fucking. I feel like every other politician is like, just let Jesus take the wheel.
So I was telling my friend,
he still has to do shit that he probably doesn't want to do. He's still gonna have to do it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I was telling my friend, I'm like, I like him. He's not like bought like other politicians. He's like, I think he might be bought by like the banks.
Yeah.
Think about how much money he hes to some of these banks.
Oh,
Well, no, it's not even that. It's like while he's a billionaire, it's like he's not funding his entire campaign. It's impossible. Like, he would just go bankrupt funding his entire campaign. You can't do it.
Right.
There's only been one
who's the guy who owned?
Perot?
No,
yeah, Ross
no,
Perot
recently.
Funded,
he did, but
like 98% of his campaign.
No, recently, who's the guy who owned the newspapers that ran?
Oh yeah, Bloomberg.
Oh yeah, Bloomberg. Yeah.
And he fucking spent like $100 million
In
like
like
nowhere.
yeah.
He went nowhere, and he's like, "Oh, that didn't work out."
Yeah,
It was
because
a
it's
bad
too
investment.
expensive to do, and I think it's set up that way.
Yeah,
it's set up so that special interests
it does suck.
always get their needles in. Like
It does suck.
It sucks. I fucking hate it. That's why I
know.
hate the government,
I know.
dude. It's bullshit. Anyways,
Well, you do have like social media nowadays, which is
I know.
which is way better than traditional
I think
media.
RFK Jr. really made traction on social media.
I think he did too.
I think that
And
Trump's
he got
doing
like
it.
12, like 10, 11% like of people
And-
like on board. It's
And I think
amazing.
Trump's doing a good job in his strategy of
the podcast.
doing the podcast.
Yeah.
So you know,
the
if you
young
guys don't
guys.
know,
Well,
I
that's
do
his son,
I
Barron.
do
His
marketing.
His
The
son Barron
youth
was like,
guys.
do it.
Huh?
Yeah. The
Oh yeah,
youth-
his son Barry. Yeah.
Yeah, the wasn't he on?
He was on.
He was on
Aiden
Theo.
He was on,
He was on
Aiden
Theo.
Ross,
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
on Theo. Like,
Yeah.
Aiden Ross one had like over a million people.
Yeah,
Dude, it's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
And more and counting. Like it still keeps growing. So I think that's a really good strategy.
It is a good strategy because that's what most of the people. Even
It's a good marketing
even
idea.
Exactly.
Even the boomers are fucking on social. Like we're all on it. Like,
Yeah.
All right, well, that's what we got tonight on the news debate episode, and we are going to do a plug here, and there's Eric doing the plug, which is get out there and vote. If you haven't registered, there's no excuse. Go get registered. I don't want to hear that you don't know the candidates or your vote doesn't matter because that's not true.
Bullshit. Your vote totally matters.
That's how America was built, was by your vote. So
And vote for whoever the fuck you want to
yeah,
vote for. We're not here.
me.
We're not.
Honestly, you can put in the blank Sean.
Yeah.
And
we're not here to
go to
influence
town.
your vote. We're just here to tell you to vote.
Exactly. But
exercise your rights. Is
if
a fucking
if you
American
don't vote, you're nothing. So so get out there and vote.
Stop listening.
Get registered.
Don't listen to this.
Get registered. Get out there. Get voting.
Yeah, that's
All right.
one of the great powers of a citizen is
That's right.
the power to vote.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, we'll catch you guys next time.
Nighty night.
Hey guys, are you obsessed with us?
That's
I
cool.
am.
Can you just
we like
not
that.
get enough?
That's all right. We don't blame you.
We just launched a Patreon and Spotify exclusive content. There are two ways you can sign up for exclusive content. The first is through Spotify. There's a link in our profile description that links you to the Spotify premium page. And that's only $2.99 a month. And it gets you an ad-free experience and it gets you extra episodes that come out every month. The other way is through our Patreon. All you got to do is go to Patreon and search The Conspiracy Podcast, and you'll find us. There are many different levels there, all giving different amounts of content.
And you get a lot of bennies with this, like maximum bennies. No ads.
You get some exclusive discounts on our merch.
Oh yeah, you get access to our. We had a Discord.
Yeah.
You want to like talk to us in real time?
Do you want to yell at us constantly live?
Yeah. Do you want to have free access to cuss us out without any repercussions whatsoever?
Or just simply suggest a new episode that we got to do.
There you go. And on top of it, you get 5 free mini episodes right out the gate.
And then one a month from then on.
What is a
right.
mini episode real quick?
A mini episode is basically a conspiracy or a mystery where it just doesn't warrant a full hour-long episode.
So go to conspiracypodcast.com/Patreon.